Good Monday morning, and thanks for listening to my musing this week about the word politics. Now, when you hear that word, does it make your blood pressure come up a little bit? There's been a long-standing, maybe we'd call it debate, about the place of politics within the church. We've seen historically in the United States and elsewhere where when the church becomes a part of the political system, there are bad effects for both. So whenever we hear things like, why do certain things have to be politicized, we get a sense that politics is bad. There's a sense, a joke that I've heard, is that politics comes from the Greek. Poly means many, and ticks are blood-sucking insects. So politics is just about a lot of blood-sucking insects trying to get the best of us. But the actual sense of the word comes from the Greek politica, which simply means the affairs of the city, the polis, or maybe we'd say the affairs of the community. Certainly the church is supposed to be concerned with how our communities function. In that sense, everything is political. You turn on your tap and you call the government office for water to make sure that it's flowing right. Everything can be touched by politics if everything has to do with the affairs of our community. So we are stuck in the middle between the bad, negative sense of politics and the good, positive sense that we care about our community. As people of faith, how are we supposed to hold these two ideas together? I've been thinking a lot because as the election is starting to come up and campaign things are starting to rise, and as we hear that certain things are being politicized, what does that do to our conversation? Theologian Reinhold Niebuhr, who I think I've mentioned before, says that people of faith, all people, are supposed to be concerned about politics because it's a place of power where we have the opportunity to influence what is just. At the same time, when you go to church, it shouldn't be the same as turning on Meet the Press or Face the Nation. For each of us, we have to determine what is the specific role of the church in the ways that it seeks after justice. And at the same time, lets every word be grace. And it makes sure that love is at the center of the things that we do. How do we hold these things together as, in the prophet Jeremiah, we read that we are supposed to seek the welfare of the cities where we live? We do that in different ways, with our own opinions, but I hope that as the church we find ways to be political even as we are filled with grace and love. What does God require of us? That we do justice and love mercy and walk humbly with God. However we hold those together, that is our God-given task. So I hope you can do those things and muse on those things yourself this coming week. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next Monday.